Hey, it's Ev. In this video I want to talk a bit about my birth name. I'm not going to say what it is, and if you do know what it is and you comment it, I'm just going to delete it very fast because I'm always on my phone, I have no life. There's no point in even trying. But yeah, even though my birth name and all names are just combinations of letters, my birth name makes me feel extremely uncomfortable, which is why I changed it. It's a very feminine sounding name, and even though that's entirely socially constructed, like, I don't know, in another country it could be a masculine name, I don't even know. But here, it's a very feminine sounding name, and I wanted a more masculine sounding name that was like a bit androgynous. I know Evan can be a girl's name, but the majority of the time it's a guy's name. So yeah, I hate being called my old name, it makes me dysphoric, that's why I changed it to something more masculine. But that's not the only reason why I hate it. I also hate it because it reminds me of that period of my life where that was my name. I remember whenever I'd meet someone, they'd ask me what my name was. Like, I knew that was the only thing I could say because that was what my name was. I didn't really have another option, so I'd have to say that. And I remember when it was coming out of my mouth, I just feel like that's not even true. Like, I felt like I wasn't even in my body, like, that's not who I am. It just was extremely uncomfortable and made me disassociate, and it never felt like my name at all. So it reminds me of feeling like that, which wasn't nice, so it makes me feel quite bad. I hate if people accidentally call it me, or when people ask what it is. Like, I don't know anyone with this name, but if I did, I'd probably find it hard to even say it. It just makes me feel disgusting. It's one of the things I'm most dysphoric about. And also it just reminds me of living as female, which in general, not just like in terms of the name, but just in general living as female, like wearing girls' clothes and stuff, that was like an awful experience for me, and it was pretty like traumatic. I know there's no way my parents could have guessed that I was trans, so I'm not saying they should have raised me as a boy, because there's no way they could have known. But still, it was just as traumatic, me being raised as a girl even though I'm a boy, as it would be if you just took any cisgender little boy. Cisgender means not trans, so like born with a penis, and you said to him, other boys wear boys' underwear, you have to wear pink girls' underwear, you have to wear skirts to school. If people ask what your name is, you have to tell them your name is Sophie. Everyone's going to think you're a little girl. People are going to call you daughter, niece, granddaughter. Everyone's going to see you as a girl. When you get older, you're going to have to wear bras. You're going to have to go to the girls' sex education talk and be given a leaflet about starting your periods. People are going to buy you makeup and dresses and girly perfumes for your birthday. And by the way, I'm aware there are some boys that like makeup and dresses and maybe like to wear girls' underwear, but most boys don't, and I'm one of the boys that does not enjoy that. So, like, take a little boy that just wants to wear average little boy clothes and say to him, no, wear some girls' underwear and a dress. That's going to make him feel very uncomfortable, and that's how it made me feel. And hearing my own name just reminds me of that. Like, the entire time I was called that name was when I was living as a female. So it just reminds me of gender dysphoria and feeling bad about myself, feeling uncomfortable, feeling like I was watching someone else's life through a screen, and it wasn't actually my life because that just wasn't who I was, and it's not who I am now. Yeah, if you're cis, don't ask trans people what their birth name was. You don't need to know it. I mean, don't if you're trans either, but you probably already know that. If we haven't changed our name, then maybe we're comfortable with our birth names, but if a trans person has changed their name, there's a good chance it's because they didn't like the old one, they didn't feel like it represented who they were. So there's no need for you to know someone's old name because that's not who they are. Sometimes trans people are comfortable with their birth name, but a lot of the time they're not. And it's quite common for us to not like being asked about it. But yeah, if you would like me to make a video about how I chose my new name, then like this video so I know you want that. Leave a comment if you've got anything to add, and subscribe if you want to see more.